This is the last episode.
It's a very funny joke. Very good.
So we are in a hey guys, flashbacks to
That's a good song.
the long listeners
By Rom-de Dum, flashbacks.
the long boy listeners, all of you long boys out there.
Long boy sounds incredibly disgusting.
All you long
That
boys
sounds like
out
a
there.
racial slur. Like calling people long boys.
All right, all you long boys out there. Remember when the dead boy Alonzo and I did a couple episodes in the garage? No, well we're doing it again.
Guess who's back? Back again to the goddamn garage. Did you surprise yourself with that? Did you shock and awe
I did.
that came out of your body?
I did. No pop filter today, guys. So sorry for
We're living on the edge.
puzz and the put.
I fucking hate. I knew you were gonna do that. I'm gonna tell you not to, but I'm like, I can't stop you.
Can't stop. This is my
Can't
podcast.
stop, won't stop.
It's my podcast, so much so that I just got an email today saying from Podbean.
Hey, this is your podcast.
All like, hey, thanks for
They typed that out. Hey, that's all, folks. And they sent you a picture of what's his name, Porky Pig.
87 episodes in, guys.
You should post a picture of Porky Pig for this week's episode.
I won't.
You have to.
All right.
For that little foible.
Yeah, foible. That's a good word.
I love that word.
Foible. You gotta say it in a voice.
I would, but I'm on a podcast.
You gotta say it in a voice.
Where I want people to hear what I mean.
A foible.
And say what I mean.
All right,
I'm not doing this for this intro again. Fuck that. Speak your words like a normal person, please.
So hard, dude.
For once.
All right, soon. Soon. God dang! I can't. All right, here's why. All right, I will explain to you why. It's because
You're a little drunk right now.
I stopped. No, not at all. I don't anything at all. Just in general.
You don't function. You exist. It's just a mass of energy just floating around.
Dude, the only reason why I do this mess up completely is because I start and I can't stop because I think it's funny. And also because I've learned podcasting, keep talking.
And nobody explodes.
Keep talking and nobody explodes. But the problem is I'm not great at just talking. So this happens.
That's what a podcast host is good at, not
you guys,
talking.
I don't know if you can hear. I think Jesus can see it in my brain how hard
Yeah,
it was
it's
for
open
me
right
to
now.
get through this thing right now. I'm trying so
No, it's
hard.
legitimately every time.
I'm trying so hard right now.
Do you remember that episode of SpongeBob where it was Halloween and he cut off his skin to show his brain for his costume?
Yeah.
That's what you're doing right now. I can see it.
Yeah.
You're scratching your left lobe right now. Pop quiz, what lobe controls your artistic part of your body?
I don't know.
I
One
don't
of
fucking
them.
remember. I learned that.
I don't know.
AP Psych was such a waste of time. Holy crap.
I watched, what, 200 hours of Jordan Peterson lectures? I don't know.
You watched... Wait, what about listened?
I watched those.
No, but like some of them are like audio only, aren't they?
He has a podcast of audio only, which...
How many hours? How many...
Well, here's the thing.
How many lifetimes?
Well, it's not that much because he re-uploads like interviews or stuff that it's re-upload stuff that I've already seen.
Okay, so it's not new stuff.
And I'll re-listen to them.
I haven't played a game for that many hours, by the way.
200 hours?
No, not a single game.
Really?
Not even like old WoW when I used to play WoW.
So when I say that I've had 370 hours in Black Ops 3, it blows
I've
your
never played a
brain.
game that much.
Wow.
Because I just can't.
Dude, speaking of
Even
Black Ops 3, freaking
Oh, yeah, is there more news on that, by the way?
No, it's just a custom map thing.
Okay, whatever.
The Ochelon just came out. Okay, so there's this custom map maker called Madgaz. Who's
I
like
remember you talking about him.
Yeah, and he's like the best custom map maker of all time.
Does he do anything else besides like Black Ops stuff?
I don't know. I hope so.
Because usually people who do like high quality work like this work on other projects.
He's really good.
Like I remember like a famous Skyrim modder just got picked up by Bethesda a year after the game came out. I was like, hey, you're really good at this. Why don't you come work for us instead?
Yeah.
That's how Portal was made.
Is it?
It was, hey, you made this really cool idea. We like it. Work for us today.
Nice.
I love that.
And they created one of my favorite games of all
It was
time.
like a team of like 20 students from like a school, and they're like, hey, they pitched this idea, and they're like, oh, we love this. You guys can work for us today. And they're like, okay, thanks. And then they went outside, they started fucking like jumping around and screaming.
There are
they could work at Valve.
There are only a few games that can make me almost cry.
Portal 2?
Portal 2 is one.
Yeah.
And
All games Portal 2.
I'm sure. Yeah. Well, the reason why I
Stereotypically,
say
no.
I say this all the time.
But people would think of games that they would say other ones they wouldn't think of, like Portal 2.
The reason why for Portal 2 is because I'll never have this experience again.
Yeah, people would say stuff like Shadow of the Colossus or
Yeah.
like things like that.
Well, I think they get those for emotional reasons. Mine is more just like I will never. Because I talk about this with Alonzo a lot. Is because like I hate nostalgia. It makes it. It's hard to explain how much it ruins me, and I get legitimately depressed when I think about nostalgia stuff.
And we live in an age where it's cool to be nostalgic.
Yeah, and it really hurts my body.
That's why it makes me hate modern movies.
Yeah,
That's
because
all it is.
That's what The Force Awakens is.
Yeah.
That's all it is, guys. Sorry to bust your bubbles of whoever you freaking fanboys who love that movie, because there's a lot of people that freaking love it.
I like it.
It's good, but it's just all it is just fan service. It's a fan service to the movie.
It was safe, and that's kind of what I appreciated.
Yeah.
Of all the times of of nostalgia and just being.
Welcome back
safe,
to the last episode. My name is Lewis.
Well, that sounded really weird.
It did.
Being here with no pop filter.
I liked it. So, oh no, there are people outside this garage. They can probably hear us real good.
People are people.
There's a thin.
We're trapped in a cellar right now. We got kidnapped. That's Michael Jackson upstairs. His ghost trapped us in chains.
Guys, make sure you rate and review on iTunes. Listen to us on Google Play Music. Follow us on Instagram at The Last Episode Podcast. Twitter at Last Episode Pod. Ask us questions. lastcastask@gmail.com. You can also check out elotalk.com, and you can check out all the other podcasts on this
What about
Boytiful network.
What about
This
.org?
Boyiful network.
What about .gov?
What about .biz?
.edu?
Remember .biz?
.wow?
That's
That's a real one you could use.
.io.
Wow. Oh yeah, .io.
Yeah.
.ru. Don't go there, by the way.
Don't ever go there.
Don't go to .ru.
No. What else is there?
Cursed URLs.
.co.uk.
Oh, .co.uk. .gp. What's the German one? I forget.
.nazi.
No, because there was a time where I was like, hey, I want amiibos.
Uh-huh.
I have to go shop on Amazon whatever.
Yeah,
so I was like, hey, Amazon Germany, what's up? And I went to Amazon Germany. Like, hey, they have them in stock.
Of course they do.
For 25 Dingeldorfs, whatever the hell their currency is. And I said no.
All right, talk real good for a little
What
bit.
is German currency?
Not ruples.
You and Rupels and Speckeldorf. If you had a fake country, what would your currency be?
I said talk. Don't ask me questions, you bastard. I'm trying to text right now. I'm texting.
Put your phone away on the podcast.
Internship boy. I don't know what to call him.
His name?
Well, I don't. Okay. What do you call when you're at an internship? What do you call
Boss.
Is it my boss?
No, you call them by their name, you frickin' psycho.
But I feel like they should have a label.
No, you call them by
There's
their name.
no label for an internship boy.
You're an unpaid slave at best sometimes.
best.
So just call them by their name.
It gets me Starbucks sometimes.
Or call them master if that makes you so happy.
All right.
If it makes you, if you want to give them a title, just demean yourself and just call
As
them
a
master.
black boy in
no,
this
go
white
master.
Okay, I'll call him my lord. Because I'm rewatching Game of Thrones
And
for
then,
the fourth time.
and then wring your hands. Go, thank you, my lord.
Thank you, my lord.
As he throws the small bag of gold coins at you.
Yeah.
Well, they're just
And then
chocolate
it hits
coins.
my face, and then And I was
Just
like, I don't like
rubbing
chocolate.
your hands and just going, yeah. Just go, oh, thank you, Cyrus. You lick his boots. That he doesn't know. He doesn't have them.
Can I talk about Game of Thrones real quick?
Sure, go for it.
I'm watching it for the fourth time.
Fuck you. Moving on. I'm not talking about this. There's nothing of interest.
I started this week, and I'm already on I'm season 3, episode 5.
This is the worst. I hate that you do this.
Dude, I have...
You can't.
You know why I
complain
do
that
this, right?
No, I legitimately do not.
Because I don't have a job that...
There are so many series out there. Like, no, I'll watch this long series again.
Yeah, okay. I have no excuse for watching a thing again.
Like, if you said, "Oh, I'm gonna watch The Wire again," I would kill you.
I actually do have an excuse for this one. Not for the
fourth time.
Well,
fourth time. Fuck you, fourth time.
The new season's gonna be coming out soon, and I'm realizing I forget a lot of the names and a lot of the.
Oh, now you know why I stopped watching this show for a while. Because when I took breaks, I'm like, "Who the fuck is that?"
Yeah.
Because there's like 30 characters on screen at one point.
The fourth time I'm watching this, I just realized like, oh, there's one of the whores. Like I've been she's an important.
Very Game of Thrones sentence, by the way.
Yeah, but she's actually a very important character since season 1, and I just forgot about her, and I was like, oh, and I'm following her. It's like, oh, there you are again. There you are again. Oh my god, and that's how you die.
Like I legitimately forgot the name of the guy who dies in the first episode. Because that's important for the whole story. I forgot that guy's name.
Dies?
Yeah.
This guy the
When
boy
he's executed, yeah. I forget his name.
Executed?
Yeah, when they cut off his head or whatever. In like the first episode of like the first scene of the show.
Oh,
I forgot that guy's name.
Oh, the guy that Ned
yeah.
because
And
I don't
do it because the game of and they kill him.
Yeah,
and that's
I
important.
don't know. His name's not important because he was a deserter of the Night's Watch. And
He ran away.
because he saw
It's spooky.
he saw a white.
He saw a White Walker. Oh,
No,
White Hooker.
no, they're just called whites.
Oh.
A WITE. So in Game of Thrones, the White Walkers
Whites.
are the like 3 or 4 leaders, and then all the zombies are just called whites.
Okay, makes
Yeah.
sense. It's a weird naming convention, but
Very dumb naming
sure.
convention.
Thanks, Jar Jar Tolkien.
Thanks GGO.
GGPO, my favorite fighting game network service.
Thanks LGBTQAAIP.
Thanks. What's that other GOG?
GOG.
Yeah,
I love
thanks,
GOG.
GOG.
They make that's a good service that exists.
Yeah, that's legitimate.
That's sad that our current thing needs to that. So sorry.
Christ Almighty!
So
I
sorry.
hate this podcast is canceled for like the next month.
And I'm legitimately like, I feel bad.
No, you don't.
I do.
Your brain says your eyes tell me yes, but your brain tells me no.
What does my peen tell you?
You want to go north
I was.
because it's pointing at an angle.
I'm currently recording the podcast now. I'll let you know when I'm done.
This is why United took that guy off the plane.
Huh? What?
This is why United took that Asian guy off the plane.
He was texting.
He was telling you he was
his intern
interning.
boy?
He was interning. That professional doctor was interning. And that's why they broke his teeth.
No, that actually is because he was like on drugs or something. He's actually like a psychotic boy.
But they broke his teeth.
I don't condone what United did, but there's a backstory to that situation. Yeah, definitely don't beat a boy for being crazy, but also don't be crazy.
Yeah.
So there you go.
There's 2 sides of that coin, but one coin is covered in blood.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, there you go. There's one side of that coin that is way worse
covered
than the
in
other
blood
side.
and teeth. And lies. And bad customer service like every airline.
Dude, didn't United do like also a bad thing like
They
a
let
week
that
after?
they let that rabbit die.
Really?
The world's largest, I think it was like the world's largest rabbit. They didn't store it correctly, so it died on the airplane on the way over.
I feel bad for whoever's like
I
third.
don't.
No. Like
I
no.
don't.
I feel bad whoever's like third down at the top of United. Someone who's,
No, I don't feel bad for the leader of big business. I
not the
don't care.
leader. No, not the leader. But
No,
someone,
I don't care for anybody.
Someone who's like who's like
I'm so
not
sorry.
all the way to the top, but wanted to be and wanted to like make it good, but can't because
Like, I'm
he
not-
wants to be good.
like, I'm not like,
sure this
oh.
person doesn't even exist.
Like I'm not
but
like, oh, I feel so good for the Wendy's PR guy because the anime thing took off. I don't give a
what's
shit.
going on with the Wendy's situation?
Meme?
Can you explain to me?
Forced memes.
Thank you.
I hate it so much.
All
I
right.
hate the Wendy's thing
I
so
think
much.
it's Game Grumps. Is the
No, because that's the only good thing about Wendy's at all this year was like that video was legitimately really funny.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I'm here, guys, and he's like, just,
the reason you know
he's
what
like,
the reason it's funny is because they've been trying to get
Well, no,
Wendy's
that's why.
sponsor
That's
for
why.
3 years.
That's why the joke is funny, and like the video of him is so legitimate. Just like he's just like, oh man, that's a burger. Wow, it was it was funny.
That video is like what happened to me. What would happen to me if I get the Taco Bell sponsorship? Like that's literally what it is.
God,
It's that.
I don't want to watch that happen.
Oh, it's gonna be me.
I'd be scared.
I'm gonna be licking those tacos real good.
Don't say that.
No, I'm gonna say it.
Don't.
Taco Bell sponsor me, boy.
Can I get an anti-sponsor? Can I pay to not have them advertise?
Get paid to talk smack on a
No,
company.
I pay them so I can talk shit.
That'd be great.
Anti-ads.
Anti-ad.
It's like propaganda that I pay for.
This week in nerd.
Wendy's anime is the thing.
What?
Also
what-
McDonald's.
what?
McDonald's got another anime commercial. Actually, that's a nerd thing. You ever seen that, by the way, when that blew up last year?
No, but I know
a year or two?
Arby's is doing anime stuff.
No, like, okay, did you not know about this?
Nope.
Japan made like an anime, like a whole
God, these pops are garbage.
minute and a half anime ad for McDonald's, and it looks gorgeous. And everyone's like, why? Because they can. They made another one. It looks really nice.
Interesting.
You should go check it out.
I won't.
WickDonald's, my favorite fake McDonald's in anime. WickDonald's with a W.
So a thing that happened, the thing, there's a thing.
What's
Did I
Breaking
not
Bad
talk
for
about?
What's Breaking Bad for the 7th time?
Did I not talk about the Chance concert last week?
No, not at all, because you didn't go.
I went Monday, didn't I?
Yeah.
Dude, that feels.
Recorded
This
on
week has
Sunday.
been so weird.
Weeks are long now.
Weeks
'cause
are
we
very
do things.
I don't though. Oh, not to lie, I've been doing a lot with the intern boy this
Yeah.
week. So, I don't think he listens to this podcast, but if he does, I don't know.
Thank you, Master.
Thank you, Master. All right, so I went to the Chance concert this week with a dead boy and a tall boy. Their names are Alonzo and Devin.
You can't call him that. It's a racial slur. We've already went over this previously.
A long boy, that's what it is.
A long boy?
Yeah, Devin is my long boy.
God, that's so much worse.
Dude, I love Devin.
He's my long boy and my White Walker.
And I can say,
My crew, the White Walker and long boy.
I can say
I can say that. My best friend's a long boy.
Well,
I can say
his
that.
name because he's been on the podcast. Because Alonzo and I used to do this thing where like we wouldn't say anyone's name, so we would replace people's names with like Game of Thrones names.
I remember that.
Yeah.
It was gay.
It was really gay. This isn't a homophobic thing, by the way. It's just actually gay.
No,
Things are just really gay.
No, I just think it's really funny when someone like, hey, what is this thing? Oh, it's gay.
Yeah.
Like the amount of effort you didn't put in makes me laugh so much.
It's middle school effort.
No, it's just the fact that you're like older and you still don't even bother to think of like an equivalent for that is so funny to me.
Yeah.
You didn't even try.
So I went to go see Chance the Rapper.
Chano
the Rapper.
Kit Kat boy.
So we went in a party bus.
Oh yeah, why? How and why?
So it was Alonzo's mom's leftover gift for his 21st birthday. That's what these tickets were.
How do you have a leftover gift?
It's just because she got the tickets like early and got the party bus early. It's just the concert happens to be like a couple weeks after his birthday.
Well, just a thing like that.
Yeah. So it's technically still part of his gifts. It just happens to fall on this day. We went to San Diego in a freaking party bus, which is pretty rad. Except the aux cord was broken. So we had to like...
That's very, very, very strange.
It was very strange. So we had to... Also, it was the three of us in the party bus.
Oh, that sounds awesome. What are you talking about? That sounds fucking dope.
Well, no, it was dope because it was so awkward sometimes. Because we were just sitting there messing with the aux cord, trying to make it work. And then we were just like, we're in a party bus going to San Diego. And there are three of us.
The problem is because San Diego, the trip is slightly too long.
Yeah, that's why I thought it was hilarious to only have three people.
Yeah. Taking a limo to LA was fine when I did that for prom, but a party bus San Diego, fuck no. It's San Diego, it's too far.
Yeah.
Especially with three people.
Yeah, it was. We had a good time though because Devin dances a lot. If you guys watch my Snapchat, which is Awesome McGee, that's Awesome MGY, add me on that. You would see Devin dancing a lot.
Cutting a rug.
Is that a term?
Yeah, cutting a rug. You never heard that before for dancing? Cutting a rug?
I'm a not black.
Shaking your tail feathers?
What's that? I'm kidding.
I was like, no.
I watch Chicken Little.
They said that in Chicken Little?
I'm 99%
I have
sure
seen that movie a couple times and I don't remember that.
Dude, it's Chicken Little. They would have that joke
No,
in
they
there.
say shake a feather. It's shake a feather.
I don't care. Something related to that joke would be in there.
Chicken joke.
Chicken pun.
Did they ever make a choke the chicken joke in that movie?
I'm sure they did.
I hope they did.
I don't know. Did they have smart...
His dad was like, oh man, I want to choke my chicken, son. Go to bed. Remember that? That deleted scene on the DVD?
On the laser
just him going, like a rooster?
Like
that's what Rooster did in the morning. So yeah, what was the set? Was it just all coloring book?
It was pretty much all coloring book and a couple of acid rap stuff.
Did he do Push a Man?
Of course he did.
Because he hates playing that song.
I don't know. I don't remember.
Who doesn't hate it? He's just sick of doing it.
Did he? I don't think he did actually. He did. I mean, he did the.
No, he's sick of doing Juice. He's sick of doing Juice. That's what it was.
He did like half of Juice.
He's sick of doing Juice.
Yeah.
He's sick of doing it.
It was funny because Devin,
not quite his
Devin
creep,
went
but...
wearing a shirt that said "I got the juice" with a little orange.
Because that's one of his biggest songs. Yeah.
Yeah. So when that song came on, he's like, "Oh!" And then it cut halfway, and he's like, "No!"
I expected that though.
Yeah.
Because I know that just from watching movies with him.
A cool thing that happened. So in line, we met up with these cool people. Never met before, but we made friends. And
met up with these strangers that I've never met till we saw them.
Yeah, and so we made friends because Devin's a loud long boy and Alonzo's a pothead who needed help covering him doing illegal things.
God, you're bad at telling stories too. For fuck's sake, you were there.
He smoked a little bit of hui.
A
little bit of hui, and he needed help people covering him. And these guys were just like, "Oh, don't worry, dude, we got you." And we all kind of covered him while he smoked his hui.
Speaking of weed, I really hope that my job becomes friends with the security guards.
Why do they weed?
Okay, I have a quick side note about this.
Wait, hold on, real quick. Please tell me that the security guards at a pizza place are stoners.
Okay, for one,
and if they're not,
security guards at a pizza place is the funniest thing you've ever said in your entire life. By the way, that's a really funny joke. No, around where we live. Okay, do you know where I live, right?
Yeah.
You know that Circle K down the street?
Total local.
Okay, and then there's that long street that like stretches all the way
Wild Boy Street. Yeah, it stretches real good.
There is a weird little side street that I delivered twice to now, and I am 98% sure it is a weed dispensary.
Probably.
But it's weird because, there's a couple of those in Corona. It's not marked.
Yeah.
But they have cameras and barbed wire.
Makes sense.
And security guards.
All this makes sense
and like
to me.
gated doors and all that.
He also happens to work at a pizza place.
No, and I delivered there and they recognized me and I'm like, this is a weird thing to happen in my life.
Oh.
That security guards with actual guns. I'm like, hey, it's that pizza guy at our weed place.
It's pretty good.
And like, this is a very bizarre situation.
So I want to also mention at the Chance thing, there's a female there who totally fell in love with Devin, and Alonzo and I were like,
Devin though. Have you
exactly?
seen
That's why Devin's a pretty boy, but Alonzo and I were looking at each other the whole time. It's like we're waiting for this chick to just like start making the moves, and she totally did within like 5 seconds, and we're like
Like when the
this
contest
is
started?
hilarious. No, we're in line.
Oh, in line? That's hilarious.
It was awesome.
That's like a sitcom.
It was so awesome to see, and Devin just
because
like,
it was so obvious.
but Devin's just like, okay, and then. No one of these people are listening, so it's fine. But so she walked away to do something. I don't know.
When you hear me say,
and then
"Please, baby, don't go." Simple and clean.
As soon as
wasn't
she-
made. She was making feel Devin
as soon
that
as
night.
she walked away, with probably being an earshot of this, Devin just turned to me and Alonzo and said, "I'm gonna f that chick," and it was hilarious because it was just like, "Yes, Devin."
Because it was so
probably.
it was so stupid.
It was so stupid because she was like still right there,
yeah.
and it's Devin.
It's weird that she left. That's the
She came
extra.
back.
No, that's the weird thing that like, it was not even. There was no concert. It was just, hey, hi, this is obvious. I'm gonna leave for a bit. That's like just a weird string of events.
I think she went to go to the bathroom or something. It was something that made sense.
Okay.
At the time,
I wasn't there.
we ended up not being able to like sit next to each other during the concert because
Oh,
they
it was seated?
We got seats and they got general, and we were like, hey, so we have seats, but can we just like go to the general because who cares? And they
Yeah.
were like, no, you have to sit in your seats, and they were like, that's stupid, but
It's-
whatever.
yeah.
I was sitting next to an old people with my earplugs in, and they had earplugs in, and they turned to me and was like, hey, you have earplug too, son? And I was sitting so I was sitting, and Devin and Alonzo were dancing before the concert started, just like they were playing whatever music.
Yeah.
And so they were dancing, and I'm just sitting there, just relaxing and having a gay old time.
Just enjoying being at the concert.
Enjoying my experience. And then this
Yeah.
old couple or whatever looked at me and was like, oh, you got earplugs too? I thought only old people wear those. And I'm like, no, I gotta wear them because I'm an audio engineer or whatever.
It's
But I
also,
was
it's
just like,
also just smart for people in general.
but I thought it was hilarious for me just like
to see an old person at that show
well, an old person relating with me
about ears.
about years, me being in the same age group of these guys who are just going crazy. I should be doing the same thing according to my demographic, age, and whatever. And I'm just sitting there relaxing. I didn't stand up at all during the concert because I just, when I go to concert, I like to just...
You don't feel like dancing?
No, I just like to enjoy the experience of the thing.
Oh, hell no. If I'm paying money for a concert,
That's fine.
I'm gonna go cut
That's
that.
fine.
I'm gonna go cut that rug.
I don't fault anyone for doing
That's
that.
just me,
It's just
though.
for me, I will get exactly the same. Like, I had
no,
exactly
yeah.
the same amount of
I
enjoyment
get
as
that.
Alonzo and
People-
Devin
I know people, like-
just by sitting the whole time.
I know people like they've gone to concerts and like when they have to stand and they have to be in that crowd,
Yeah.
it ruins it for them.
Yeah, that's-
and I get that. That's just because sometimes even people I know that are like really social, like they don't like that
No,
experience.
I'm not
And
a-
I get that.
You
That's
saw
why
how
you-
I was when I was
that's-
hiking.
That's why you would hate a festival. Period.
Yeah,
You would
probably.
even if they have people you liked, you would hate it.
Probably.
Man, if you saw Kanye with me when I saw him, you would have fucking hated it.
When did you see Kanye?
When I went to FYF from my birthday a couple years ago.
Oh, cool.
Because Frank Ocean was supposed to be there.
I was like, you're not.
And then
You like Kanye?
Yeah, I do.
I don't know.
I'm a big fan of his.
All right.
I don't
Because there's some people that just.
not as a human being anymore because I can't. I can't anymore.
No.
I can't.
That's fine.
And I didn't like his last album, but whatever.
I didn't like it either.
I didn't pay to go see him. I paid to see a bunch of other people.
Mm-hmm.
But Frank Ocean's supposed to be there, and then he didn't show up because that's how he do, I guess. And I was like,
Okay.
well, that fucking sucks.
That does
'Cause we got
suck.
an email, and then we're like, oh wait, no. Instead, Kanye's taking his place as headliner, and I'm like, okay,
yeah.
weird. I appreciate it. And then Travis Scott showed up before he got really, really big, and I was like, because okay, that was before Antidote got a video, and I was like, oh hey, Travis Scott's here, cool. And then Rihanna showed up.
No.
She was like, hey, let's do 4 or 5 seconds, and I'm like, Rihanna, why are you here?
No.
Yeah, and I was
I
like,
don't like Rihanna.
I don't. I like her when she raps as a guest verse.
I don't.
I like her rapping voice. I like how laid back she is.
It's fine.
But she sings a lot. And I don't like when that Riri sing.
Riri's such a not.
It's
Out of all of the.
it was just weird. Okay, that night it was
Right.
like Dinosaur Jr.
Yeah.
And then Kanye West. I was like, that's a weird combo. Just 90s alt rock and then Kanye West.
Yeah. Well, one thing I didn't like. What's the song? The song that Chance says that Kanye's in
Ultralight Beam?
might have been.
Oh no, not Ultralight Beam because he was on that.
I don't know all of. I can't name.
Music's all we got. All we got.
All right,
All
there
we
you
got.
go.
That song is cool. I don't like the chorus on it.
Chance rap Kanye's part, and everyone was like, "That's kind of stupid."
No, I like that because I don't like Kanye's singing on that.
All right.
It sounds,
I get why they. I also kind of agree. It's like that's kind of weird.
I like when they do that instead of them just playing the audio of the guest person.
I definitely like it rather than way more than just the audio.
Yeah.
But still,
Did he
I
bring
don't
any
know.
guests or no?
No. Oh, he had like his friends like DJ Oreo and stuff like open for him.
That's
but-
cool.
Yeah, that was awesome. Well, the thing this was the first concert of the tour.
Did he cover the Arthur song? That's the most important question.
know. I don't
Someone
know.
listening to this podcast really cares about that.
I'm sure. I don't-
You've heard that though, right?
I don't know.
Okay, you know the Arthur theme song, right?
Oh, okay.
And
yeah.
I said, okay, he's in a different band called, oh god, fucking The Social Experiment.
I don't think this happened then.
Because and there was like a festival where he covered that, and it sounds great.
Okay. Yeah, no, he didn't.
I want him to cover it live. It'd be really fun.
So, it was the first concert of the tour, and he was super humble about it. I like Chance a lot. It made sense, because he's just like, yeah, it's so weird, making making an album in a week.
He's a small man, isn't he?
He's a very small man.
He's very small.
Dude, okay, also real quick, the way he, moves.
He was funny. I've seen him move. He's funny.
Okay, Google Chance the Rapper dancing. It's the best.
It's funny.
And it's not bad, but he's just super robotic about it, and I love it. It's super...
It's very Chicago.
It's awesome.
That's a thing in Chicago. That's
what it
dance.
is?
Yeah.
And he's just like...
It's like a part of the culture, I believe.
Yeah.
There's like a certain subset of dance that I don't remember that's kind of a thing they do.
But he was an awesome performer, awesome concert, super humble, really enjoyed being there.
Did he wear his hat the whole time?
Yes, of course.
I'm just surprised maybe he took it off because he got hot.
Nope. He might have while it was dark and I couldn't see.
He hid it from you?
Yeah.
His ultimate weakness?
Covered my eyes. It was like peekaboo.
Yeah, he went to you.
The way up.
Yeah,
he covered your eyes.
Stadium. He covered your eyes and took off his hat and wiped his brow and then put it back on just for you.
And then said peekaboo, real sensually.
No, he gave you a Kit Kat.
Thanks. Oh my god, I love the Kit Kat commercial.
I saw that on TV and I was like, yeah, they're still running that commercial. Hell yeah.
All right, let's talk about something nerdy, like Call of Duty.
Oh yeah, the most nerdy. Call of Duty. Let's talk about Madden after this too.
All right,
FIFA.
All right, so Call of the Doodle.
Clash of Clans. Clash Royale.
World War II. That's the name of this video game, which is a stupid name for a game, but whatever. It looks cool.
No, I think it's better than Battlefield 1.
Better than Battlefield. No,
it's better than Star Wars Battlefront 2.
I was about to say Battlefront 2. Oh no, there's two of those. I love
There's two of the same game. Twice.
Twice.
Fuck's sake.
Yeah. Let's get they're made by different developers. Still, no excuse.
They're called the same
Name
thing.
it something. They're nowhere near the same game.
Historians are gonna lose their minds about game titles in a couple years. You can sort of track these things down.
I just imagine some like civilization way after us. Once we are the ancients.
Yeah.
People looking back at like covers of like Battlefront and then Battlefront, and it's like,
what is this?
What kind of crazy bastards are these?
People liked money a lot and are bad at naming things. That makes sense.
I just got a text from someone saying, just heard some Metallica and I'm missing my boo. So there you go.
Call of Duty World at War II is a video game.
No, not World at War II. It's World War II.
World War II, excuse me.
Everyone's going to call it World at War II because obviously...
I'll call it that.
But it's not made by Treyarch, and I'm going to be mad because I like Treyarch, and I'm going to be mad.
Because it's made by Sledgehammer.
It was Sledgehammer who... we already talked about this, but got their up and comings from Modern Warfare 3 and then made the lowest selling Call of Duty Advanced Warfare.
Well, lowest selling of the modern generation.
Yeah.
Which still sold a lot of units.
Units.
Compared to most video games that exist.
Yeah.
Compared to most movies.
I think Infinite Warfare still sold more than Advanced Warfare.
Yeah, I believe
because
so.
Infinity Ward, also zombies.
Zambambos.
Looked way better than Advanced Warfare.
People didn't want to shoot their aliens?
No, instead they wanted to shoot zombies in an alien-themed park.
I do like that map a whole lot, though, from a design.
I don't.
I love the flavor of it.
From someone who plays zombies a lot, no.
No, I like the flavor of it. Is what
Infinite Warfare Zombies is the worst.
I don't play it, but I just like the whole we're in an 80s action movie kind of shit.
I think I see it could have been cool if the maps were good.
If the designs were good.
If the maps were good.
Well, for gameplay.
If the game was good, yeah, but the game is bad, so no.
I don't think it's neat that you can play arcade games.
It's bad though because the game doesn't stop for you to play.
No. If it wasn't zombies, I think the idea is super neat.
Well, here's the thing: because you're running around and zombies are chasing you, and then you can go play the arcade games. You can't stop the game and play.
Yeah.
It's like
I like that idea, but not for that game.
It's like, I want to play basketball. Oh well, too bad. There's a zombie chasing you.
That was a problem with most zombie maps. It's like, how do you do an interesting mechanic when the whole thing is you're not meant to stop for a long time?
Yep, that's why.
I hate the solution is just do crawlers.
Yeah, crawlers.
The reason I quit the game because it was like, what do you do to survive? Crawlers.
Yeah.
Fuck that. Every single map is the same. Make crawlers. Crawlers.
I'm trying to think of a map that you don't.
Well, some are harder and you have to change
Revelations you can't because the map is so big the zombies will die if you make crawlers.
Yeah, because
that's what makes that map fun because it's like, I have to keep moving. I can't stop.
But just that whole mechanic of that they never changed of just you have to make a crawler.
So World War II reveal trailer was this week. I watched it live.
Oh, you actually watched it live?
Mr. Dollar JD was there, who was my first ever subscription to YouTube and for zombies.
That's bananas.
So that was cool.
That man was still around and did the live stream.
And he's still relevant. It's awesome.
So besides the trailer, what was on the live stream? Did they talk about details on it?
So
I didn't watch the live stream.
They had some voice actors and talking about this is the World War II, the most whatever game. They were obviously excited for it because it's a game, whatever.
They get paid.
It's just every other every other video game reveal trailer.
This fish AI is the most advanced AI we've ever made in a video game.
Definitely just a bunch of that.
So it cuts Super Mario 64 footage.
Okay, I'm super excited for zombies on this one.
This game has zombies in it.
Yes.
Wait, really?
Another zombies.
When was this confirmed?
A while ago, but even more so at the trailer because they showed an image of a zombie. Now, there's a lot
on the live stream?
Now, there's a lot to unpack here, and I'm going to go step by step
Break
here.
it down for your 10-minute YouTube video.
All right, so
Zombies in World War II? Question marks.
Yeah, remember World at War Zombies?
Red circles.
Remember what made World at War Zombies good?
Yeah, the fact that it was hidden and it was an Easter egg.
There you go. That's what this.
That was the coolest shit.
Well, that's not it. It's just
no for me.
Well, that too, but also like, oh yeah, Nazi conspiracy. That's what this is.
Oh yeah, and that too.
And I think they're gonna keep that because the zombies have wide eyes, no glowy eyes.
Oh sweet.
Also, we've already
no magic.
They've confirmed that the zombies are just Frankenstein bastards that Nazis tried to create.
God.
Yeah.
They're trying to do their own thing because they can't. They can't. So they're trying to just do. Oh yeah, remember what made Nazi zombies cool? Because it was like a
conspiracy theory.
It was a weird what if scenario.
Yeah, that's what this is, and we're gonna keep
I know
it that way.
what ifs have been done to death for Nazis. Since fiction has been made after World War II.
But
you can make anything interesting.
You can make it interesting.
Make anything interesting.
Now something happened though that they've done.
That you don't like?
That I love.
Oh okay.
Viral campaign. Baby.
Wait, what campaign?
A viral campaign. Call of Duty does these a lot with zombies. Treyarch usually does these.
You mean like a ARG thing?
It's an ARG, but they're called viral campaigns for Call of Duty.
For people who don't do it, let's call it an ARG for.
Most people don't even know what ARG are though.
People who care about that on this podcast.
When I explain ARG, when I explain what it is, you'll know what it is. So in the image of the zombie, if you like mess with the contrast or whatever, there's a string of codes.
Oh.
And if you go to a website, Call of Duty, do this by the way. callofduty.com/classified, put in that code, it'll like, callofduty.com/classified, it'll show like a typograph, like one of those like first generation typewriters that have a different keyboard layout. It's one of those, and if you type in that code, it'll put like a little light, and there are 3 lights, and then you have to figure out the other codes. People have decoded this already. Google it, figure it out, because you'll get a thing at the end of this. If you put in the codes all together, you'll get a bunch of documents for the game. You learn about the characters a little bit. You learn a little bit about just very little. Just like this is. Oh, I'm sorry. This is where this is one of our characters is American. One of our characters is this. One of our characters is a prisoner. Like that's just basic what we're getting. But then also, if you do all of it, you get a custom calling card that only people who complete this thing will get.
Very weird.
Very cool though. It's
an
actual in-game thing that if you do, you get.
I'm glad it wasn't like, hey, you get an XP booster for a day.
No, it's just like, you get a calling card. The same.
I'm glad it's a cosmetic.
Yeah, it's like first in. Like that's what it's called.
I like it.
Like you could, yeah.
Okay, for this game, you said they talk about like. Have you looked at the documents yourself?
I looked a little bit.
Well, you like
not
skimmed them
too
a little?
much.
Okay, how many of those people were like not just allies from the allied nations?
So
that's what I'm.
No, it's this game is taking place in the Europes.
No, but I mean, will you be able to play as not just the allies?
Oh, and the
That's what I want to know, and that's what will determine if I buy this game or not. Legitimately.
Oh, really?
Yes, because
you're gonna be disappointed because it's Call of Duty, so I don't think so.
Because I'm only saying this now because Battlefield 1 let you play as everybody, and that game sold super well.
Yeah,
way more than even EA thought it would. So I'm thinking maybe
they haven't announced it. I am skeptical.
I would like it to be. I know it's like kind of a far shot because marketing.
The way
allies are the good guys in history.
Yeah, but the way they explain the story and the way the characters they're like, this is your best friend in the game. And
yeah, like I said, the trailer they have like they're trying to do like what was that movie about the tank troop?
I don't know.
That Shia LaBeouf was in. You know what I'm talking about?
No, but I'd rather say like Saving Private Ryan or something.
No, but that's like the most recent movie that I can think of. Like World War II movies are generally about like the human side of it.
Yeah.
The camaraderie.
That's why I say Saving Private Ryan, because that's like the movie that everyone has seen.
I still haven't.
How?
Because I've seen I see more other war movies that are not that actually.
Watch Saving Private Ryan.
It's
actually a great movie.
I know it's a good movie. I've seen it referenced a lot, and I'm like I have to wait till I forget the scenes so I can enjoy the movie as its own thing.
Good luck.
It's one of those.
Watch it.
I will. Sometime in my life.
Yeah, I don't think so. My guess is you'll probably do like 1 or 2 levels in the eyes of someone else.
You'll play as a Russian, and then that's it.
Yeah, something like that.
Bullshit.
It's gonna be it's Call of Duty, dude. You can't.
I'm tired of this.
Yeah.
No, because I want them to do this because you can tell that they, like I talked about last week, they are out of ideas. So go bold.
Yeah.
Let you play as a Japanese bonsai.
Why not? Yeah.
Because why not?
Mm-hmm.
They let you murder innocent citizens in their other games for a shock value thing.
Well, they can't do that anymore. That's the thing.
No Russian is a terrible fucking video game decision. For like a level, it's narratively it's really stupid and it was there just to bring attention to it. It adds nothing. Making that level playable adds nothing to that narrative.
I disagree.
No.
But it's Call of Duty, so I'm not even going to argue because
That's why.
Who cares?
No, that's why. Like, if you're the game doesn't even take itself that seriously, so why would you have that?
Yeah, yeah.
But
I see your point.
But you're doing World War II, which the world as a whole recognizes. Yeah, that was really bad, wasn't it? On both sides.
Yeah.
I know it's more in the modern history, the Allies were the good guys, which for some.
But we, in
general,
we nuked.
In general, they were.
We nuked Japan twice.
But with any conflict, there is a lot of gray.
We took in Japanese people.
We stole German scientists, Russian scientists.
Yeah,
and
then forced them to create atom bombs.
We let them go of war crimes, and there's a bunch of shady shit on both sides.
Yeah.
So that's why my thing is, if they know their sales have been waning in every territory.
Real quick, I also want to say,
go bold.
Real quick, I also want to say, people forget, or people just don't know, Americans were super racist towards Jewish people during that time.
Yes.
Until the Nazis were like, yeah, we hate Jews, and we're like, oh, if they hate the Jews and we hate the Jews, we got to change that.
We want to be on the good side.
That's legitimately what happened. That's why there's still a stigma of it's definitely less so now than it was then. But back then,
that's why the stereotype is so strong in America.
There you go. That's why the stereotype is so strong, because it happened here.
Because you don't hear those stereotypical jokes and all that from other countries.
Yeah.
It's mainly Americans who make jokes about it.
Yeah.
And it's very weird.
It's very weird.
It's like around for like 70 years of like incredibly racist jokes that everyone's like, no, it's kind of okay, I guess.
Yeah. And then the alt-right exists.
No, we're not doing this.
Well, I'm just saying.
No, we're not talking about this.
I'm not. Okay.
I do not have the energy or this. I don't want to ruin my day by talking about this again.
So Milo's.
Talk about fuck you. We're talking about video games. Fuck off. Next topic. I'm done with you. Next topic. I'm so drained. Fuck you, Bill O'Reilly. I'm glad you're fired and getting a bunch of money for being a bad person.
I also agree with that statement.
Fuck off with that.
So
$5 million contract. Eat my ass.
I agree with you on this. 100%.
We're doing it live.
Call of Duty World War II looks good. All right. So
I hope they let you play as people on both sides, because that war was kind of fucked up.
Don't get your hopes up. So let's talk about Persona 5.
So yeah, I am 8-bit, which is a kind of site for like niche collectibles. They announced, I remember because it was the day that I read the story. They said, "Hey, you can pre-order a vinyl for the P5 soundtrack," and I was like, "Okay, that's a thing I would pay for because I like soundtracks. I like collecting things. Sure, let's get it." Okay, there's two versions of it. The Essential Edition is 100 smackaroonies, which already is what? Why? Why is that so much?
I don't know, man.
But it comes with 4 different records, but they're not the whole soundtrack. They're just specific songs.
Oh.
The actual whole soundtrack is for the deluxe edition, which is $175.
No.
And was only 1,000 copies.
No.
And it sold out in 3 hours.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I'm not, because what the fuck is that price? Why?
Yeah.
$175 for a full soundtrack of a video game? Are you kidding me?
I'm trying to think of anything
100
soundtrack related I would buy for
$175.
Not even so. Like Coheed has they release their super deluxe vinyl of Good Apollo, and that was like $70 or something.
Which is like, that's what deluxe editions usually are.
Yeah, it's like
oh, you get two extra discs and like an art book or something.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, I'd buy that.
Or like a signed lyric sheet or something.
Even if it was like
or like hey, you get demos, whatever.
Yeah, depending on what you get, I would pay $100. Well,
max $100.
Max $100 depending on what you get, and I'd have to. Either I have to love the thing like Coheed or Metallica, and two,
or give
me things I've never heard before and won't ever hear anywhere else.
Yeah, which like what they do for like Record Store Day, for example.
Yeah,
which I'm glad I decided not to go out for that. Yeah, because I that would have been a lot of money I would have spent.
Yeah,
because I know exactly what I want. I was like, I probably shouldn't buy these things, and I didn't.
Yeah,
they had the the movie The Babadook.
Yeah, it's a movie that exists. That's okay.
The cool thing about they had the soundtrack like on vinyl, but
that soundtrack's not even that great though.
But for Record Store Day, when you open it up, the Babadook came like a picture book.
Oh, I want it.
I'm like, that's fucking awesome.
I want it.
It's big. It's big.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's
a record. Yeah.
I'm like, I wanted that really bad. And I'm like, fuck, I want that, but I was like, no, I can't.
I don't even care about the movie that much, and I want it.
I like the movie's good. It's not great. It's good.
I think.
But
that
man,
movie came out the same year as It Follows, I think. So it's like
no, it was the year before.
Really?
That movie's is a little older than It Follows. It Follows 2015.
All right. Well, that movie.
But that idea for a vinyl of like a pop-up thing is cool.
Yeah, we don't talk about that.
But still, it's like a soundtrack for $175, limited edition, 1,000 copies.
I'm gonna call that a too much money.
That's way too much money.
A 100 too much money.
And I'm also mad that people bought that.
Yeah,
and it's sold out so fast because that means like they can do this again.
Dang it.
Because they know that people will buy it. And I'm like, fuck you, don't do this to me.
Yeah.
It's a bad precedent for everyone involved.
Yeah.
Like I know things like limited run games exist where like, hey, you want to buy an indie game physically? Sure, you can do that if you
Shovel
want.
Knight did that for the Vita.
Shovel Knight, like a bunch of indie games do it, and that's kind of cool because you can. All it is just you people. Okay, how many are we gonna make? However many people pay for it. Go. But
that's what's happening with the SourceFed right now. They're if you pre-order pins, they'll like if 100 people pre-order pins, they'll start making the pins again.
Which that's cool. I like that you can do that now.
Yeah.
But for something it's like, okay, I get vinyl pressing. Sometimes it's a little difficult for certain companies to get it through because sometimes they're not. Sometimes they're not really, like if they commission them or they're not directly affiliated with the company that does it. $175 though. I can't for the life of me. It's 4 records for the full soundtrack. There is no way the licensing for that costs 107. Like would make the pressing of it plus the licensing make it so that the only way they can profit is paying $175.
I can't imagine.
Unless Japan like says they have an exorbitant like licensing thing with vinyls, which I don't think is a thing.
Yeah, I highly doubt it.
And if they do, it'd be like, oh, then I can't buy any. Like they, like the Mother 3 soundtrack, Earthbound soundtrack is on vinyl, and it did not cost this much. It was like $60. It was rare, but it was like it's not $175.
It's too much money.
Okay, what
for that?
Yeah, like nothing. Oh, they're not even showing off. It's like you know, get like special artwork. It's just hey, we made a soundtrack for a game. But if you want it now, if for some reason you still want to pay this, you gotta drop $100. It's not even the full thing. It's so stupid.
All right,
Why?
so let's talk.
Made me sad as a collector in general. I was like, now I can't own this. That's legitimate, like a good business decision.
Let's talk about. I want to talk about the PS Plus thing.
Yeah, PS Plus, which is a shockingly good service when it's good, and a bad service when it's really bad for games. The two big games I want to talk about for PS4 for May, which is as of recording tomorrow.
It is tomorrow.
The PS4 games for it are Tales of the Borderlands and Abzu, which Abzu is a neat art game about going underwater.
All right.
It's free, so you might as well try it.
I don't have PlayStation Plus, so. But
if you're listening to this and you have it, you might as well try it because it's free.
Tales from the Borderlands
is one of Telltale's best games.
It is.
And
it's actually the only one I like.
Really?
Yep.
Which ones have you played?
I've played The Walking Dead
Season
and
1?
the Game of Thrones.
Season 1?
Yeah.
Okay, because Game of Thrones is the bad one.
Yeah, it is the bad one.
It's the bad one.
Yeah.
Because it has to be not. The problem with that one's like they had to write it so that it wasn't affecting the actual story that mattered.
Yeah.
But then that makes the whole plot pointless.
Yeah, because it's not written by anyone that like made the thing.
Because they can't, because that would ruin everything forever.
Yeah.
So this game shouldn't exist. But
shouldn't.
They got commissioned, so they made it. Although I've heard that Batman was actually pretty good.
I've heard the same.
Also, you should try Wolf Among Us.
I should. That was like the first one, wasn't it?
No, not even. They made games before this, but they got big with the Walking Dead season 1.
No, like those types of, because Telltale's been making them forever. But like those types of games.
They made Back to the Future and Jurassic Park.
Those types of games.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
But the one that set them off was Walking Dead season 1. I think Walking Dead season 1 is still a great video game.
But Wolf Among Us came before that.
No, after.
Really?
I was there. It was.
That's so weird.
Because season 1, that game won so many awards, and everyone loved Clementine that year. Wolf Among Us was like 2013, 2014.
All right.
I remember because that game was on the PS4 and the Vita. Season 1 for Walking Dead launched on PS3 and Xbox 360. It was before.
All right. So, anyways, get Tales from the Borderlands. Everyone who's listening to this, even if you don't have PlayStation Plus, get Tales from Borderlands.
No, okay. What about people who have not played 1 or 2? Because you're talking about this off the podcast.
Yeah. Okay. So,
should people who've never played 1 or 2 play this game?
No.
Really?
This game takes place after 1 and 2. Mm-hmm. So, you need 1 and 2 because it's like.
Could you read a wiki article?
I'm gonna spoil Borderlands 2 because it's Borderlands 2, and no one cares anymore.
Because that game came out like 7 years ago.
Yeah, so no one cares.
Wait, has it really been that long?
It came out in 2014, I think.
Okay, I was like, there's no way. Like, Borderlands 1 came out in 2010.
Yeah, Borderlands 1 came out like 2009.
Oh shit, yeah, it did.
Yeah. So at the end of Borderlands 2, when the boy dies, the main villain boy, when Handsome Jack dies.
When Milo Yiannopoulos dies.
That's really what it is. When Milo Yiannopoulos dies at the end of Borderlands 2.
I'd play that game if that happened.
So this is just kind of intro to what Tales from Borderlands is, not spoiler. His brain goes into a hologram thing, and he pretty much lives through Tales from the Borderlands as a hologram. And you, as the main character,
which are all new characters, right?
There are two characters you play as, but the main one, the boy, the boy.
Is he in Borderlands 2 or is he just a
There are characters but the main characters aren't.
Okay.
So that's cool.
They wrote new characters, which is
actually
cool.
the best friend is played by Chris Hardwick, and it's awesome.
That's interesting.
It's awesome
because he's a funny man.
He's a funny, awesome man. He's an awesome voice actor, and it was awesome. The voice acting in this game was awesome.
Telltale has good voice actors.
Yeah.
Well, they have good voice direction, which is really what matters. Destiny's good.
This game was actually funny. I think you'll actually like the humor because. I
always talk about that one scene where they're doing the
finger guns.
The finger guns.
It's so hilarious.
I lost it because it's so long.
All right,
it's so funny.
All right, if you like that scene, you're gonna
because they fall over and die. It's so funny.
It's so. I remember playing it, dude.
Because I watched it, I was like, this is not. Telltale does not do stuff like this.
No, it's so good.
They don't do comedy games.
They don't. But
I've heard. Well, now, what is it? Telltale is doing the Guardians game, and that. I've heard good things about it so far.
All right. So
and that one's kind of a comedy as well.
So yeah, you play as whatever, and you play the main character is a cyborg dude. So like he has like machinery, and so Captain Jack gets stuck in your head, so only you can see him. And there are funny things that they do with that.
That's
like,
interesting.
So it's funny things. It's like, oh, who are you talking to? Whatever you're talking to, whatever. And so
you can write jokes around that.
Yeah, there's a lot of jokes around that. And so so you play as him, and then the chick who's a like bounty hunter. Free whatever, and her best friend
is she a treasure hunter as well? Like how
you're both end up being vault hunters by the end of this.
Okay.
So it's really cool because the characters, they don't have special powers or anything.
They're just people in
the world of Borderlands,
which you never get to really explore.
You get to explore. You get to explore how the civilians of Borderlands act.
Because the world of Borderlands, like the universe, is kind of interesting.
Super interesting.
But you never see it.
Yeah. Unless
you read a text box.
Yeah.
Which is not the same as like actually watching things happen in it that you affect.
So I definitely recommend this. I recommend playing 1 and 2, or at least
people don't have,
or at least
to play a game this short. That's a little too much. That's too tall of an order.
Yeah, I know. I like Borderlands 1 and 2 enough to.
But you're that guy.
So if you've played 1 and 2, definitely get this game. If you haven't played 1 and 2 and you won't play those, but you're thinking about playing this anyway,
I say just read a wiki.
Just read the wiki or watch some YouTube videos.
Like a synopsis of it.
Because I think this is definitely worth it either way. If you don't like Borderlands 1 and 2, but I mean, try it.
I've heard people who've never played any of them that like played the game on its own and they liked it just fine.
Yeah, you can play this on its own. It's possible to do. You won't.
Because there's no way they wrote this game that you have to know everything.
You necessarily won't be lost. But
you'll just be like, oh, who's that guy?
Yeah, and you'll get a lot of you won't get a lot of jokes. You won't get a lot of characters, and you won't get a lot of reasonings why certain things happen to certain characters, and why that's even important. So, because there's a big plot twist that happens in this that really changes the things of whatever Borderlands 3 comes out, it will be a different game because of this game.
I wonder if...
Like, I will say this, if you want to play Borderlands 3, you need to play this game.
That's weird.
It's very weird.
It's very weird.
Because there's a thing that happened that's so important to the story that you need to play it.
Because it leads into what the world would be like after.
Yeah.
Well, the universe of that.
Yeah, the universe of the story of whatever.
Because you only go to, like, 3, like, planet-sized locations.
No.
In, like, the series.
No.
The overall
you
series.
go to 1.
It's the same planet the whole series?
You go to 1 and then the moon.
Really?
Yeah.
That's balls.
It really is balls.
God,
because
I hate that planet.
Because at the end of Borderlands 1 or 2, I don't remember, one of them, they talk about how, like, oh, there are vaults on a million different planets.
They said that at the end of the first game, and that's what made that ending so flaccid and terrible.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, there are vaults on a bunch of different planets.
And they're all spooky monsters.
They're all spooky monsters, and it's like...
wow, this game was for nothing.
Well, it's for nothing, but it also makes it cool for a gameplay perspective. Like, oh, cool, we can get other games for other planets.
That should have been the halfway point of that video game.
I disagree. I think at the end it would have been cool, but then I'll say this. I think Borderlands 2 should have been a different game. I don't think it should have been on that planet. As much as I love Borderlands 2, I think that game should have been completely different. I think we should have had completely different characters on a completely different planet. Yeah. Nothing related to the first one at all, besides the fact that there are Vault Hunters.
That exists in this universe.
That exists in the universe, and maybe some callbacks to the original characters, and that's it.
Like, hey, you see Mordecai show up because, like, hey, I need food.
Yeah,
or something
like that. Like, I would have rather have seen that.
Oh no, it would be like, hey, you see the merchant guy.
I think he's
because he's like an international.
He's the
what is it? Interspace.
Yeah,
trader.
Intergalactic space trader.
He sells spice.
He's a spice trader. He's Russian, which is funny. It's always funny when the Russian guy becomes the merchant.
I forget that he's Russian all the time.
Yeah, it's funny when the merchant.
His accent's like vaguely Yugoslavian.
Yeah, but so he's also the narrator of this game.
Oh, cool.
So
that's cool. I did not know that whatsoever.
I think he's the
narrator for
every...
Is he telling it from like, hey, this is what happened, or like is he talking like in real time?
This is what happened. That's the same thing as every Borderlands, even the pre-sequel. It's just like he's the guy that's like, once there was a story of blah blah blah, and these are the guys, and blah blah blah. Here you go.
And I killed them all.
And I killed them all, even the younglings.
I will never not laugh at that.
Do it.
You've seen that video now, right?
No, I haven't.
You have to watch it.
I know.
Every time they're like the Slavers Clash, he says "do it," and it's the fucking best.
If the audio doesn't clip when it does it, then I won't.
It cuts into it themselves.
That's great.
Because there's a point where like they do like the 1, 2, 3, and it goes do it. Like they, because they can't. Because it would sound bad if they just like cut them off. So they just layer them over each other. Because audio is hard sometimes, so it's funny if you just fuck it up.
Yeah.
Like someone I know, like dumb meme videos are like something with audio and video. Someone did like did you see Moana at all?
I have not, but I need to because I feel like I'm gonna like it. Because I like
it's
Disney stuff.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It has someone made a video of one of the best songs in that movie, which is The Rock's where he's doing "You're Welcome."
Yeah, I was about to say "You're welcome."
I like it's a good song. It's a funny song, and I love the visuals on it. But what they do every time he says "You're welcome" is zoom in on his face a little bit, and, like they must check his face, and they start off like the audio like lower on purpose. Mm-hmm. It goes up like 5%.
And then it just keeps going up.
Yeah, but the motion tracking gets stronger on his face. But in certain shots, he's in the background, zoom in on like a blurry shaking man. But then there's parts where his face is really, really prominent, so he's like really angry, so he's going, "You're welcome," and like it's like his face is really fucking zoomed in like at 240p, and the bass is cutting into the song with like guitars. It's so fucking funny.
All right, so tell them
audio jokes.
So
what if that's the end of like the Tales of Borderlands? That's all it was. The twist was like it's just an audio joke.
So tell
it's just Chris Hardwick slapping his mic for 5 minutes. Hey, can you hear me?
That was
God, that hurt my ears a little bit.
Yeah. That's what happens when you don't have a pop filter.
No, it's like when you're listening to a song and you plug in your aux cord halfway.
Yeah. So, freaking Tales from Borderlands. When this game, I bought the entire series, whatever. Like
the Handsome Collection, but before that was a thing?
Well, no, because I subscribed to the game. I don't know what that's called, because each one individually I think is like $5, but I just subscribed to the whole thing and it was like 20. So it's like, yeah, sure, you save $5 doing it that way. So, the thing I hated most about this game, as I was playing it when it was coming out, is that it got delayed so much because the actors like Patrick Warburton and Chris Hardwick have jobs.
Yeah, they have other acting roles.
So like
it's the Game of Thrones and Sherlock.
It literally, I think there was a point where there was literally 6 or 7 months in between episodes.
That happens to episodic games, no matter what company it is.
It got frustrating to a point where like I forgot what happened.
That's why those recaps are kind of so long sometimes.
But then again, looking back, it was like I kind of missed that time of my life of just like waiting for those because it was so fun. Those games were so good.
The speculation.
They're so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, get this. And also the fact that you don't have to wait for them. Just play them all. You can beat it in 8 to 10 hours.
What I do with Wolf Among Us?
Not long.
If I had to play Wolf Among Us in episodic, I would die because that game is a noir. It's a detective noir. Do you know what the series like Fable is about?
Nope.
Where it's about...
You're looking for a werewolf, right?
You were playing as a werewolf.
I just guessed based on the noir and werewolf.
You're kind of close.
All right.
Okay. The world. I'm going to go into Fable because Fable is a really good comic series that people should try out.
Wait, is it... Wait, Fable as in the games?
No.
Oh.
The comic series Fable.
Oh. Are those separate?
Yes.
I don't know anything
Fable
about
Fable is a game series made by Lionhead Studios, which is now dead.
Those games weren't good.
They had they had a character to them, which I can appreciate. I did not like them.
I thought it was boring Jak and Daxter.
They're not even platformers. They're like action RPGs.
That's probably why. Because as a kid, I was like,
they're not even
I can't jump.
They're not even the same genre, you weirdo.
But as a kid, I didn't care about genres. I just wanted to jump real good.
Please tell me talking about Samurai Jack. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Okay, that's way funnier because there's an episode of Samurai Jack where like he's like learning like techniques from people, like weird Yeti beasts.
Yeah.
And it's really dumb because it ends with him killing Aku, kind of.
Okay.
Where it's like, how'd you do that? I learned how to jump good. The episode is over because the guys, what do you guys do? We jump good.
It's great.
Samurai Jack's good.
I'm sure it is.
The old stuff's really good too.
I feel like there's no point in me watching it.
They said penis in Samurai Jack and it weirded me out.
It's like when Ren and Stimpy said crap.
Oh yeah.
As a kid, and I was like,
but okay, they swore, but hearing a guy say penis in a joking way was really weird.
That is weird.
Cause it's weird.
So talk about your stupid wolf.
So yeah, Fable. The reason people was great because the idea of it was so cool. The world of it.
Talk about it.
The world of it was.
Talk about it a little bit.
Because fables. It's the whole idea of every fable that has ever existed just throughout human history is its own kind of world that they live in. But normal human, it's kind of like the Harry Potter thing, where it's like people can't see it, humans cannot see it.
Okay.
But plot happens, story happens where those people have to migrate out of Fableland and go to the real world. So the main character is Bigby, the big bad wolf.
Bixby.
Yes, Bigsby.
The AI for the Galaxy S8.
But the cool idea about it is that certain characters represent every single instance of that. So, for instance, the big bad wolf, Bigby, is every version of a wolf that's ever appeared in a fable.
That's awesome.
Which is a neat idea. It also makes the plot make way more sense. It's like, oh, we tie it all up. Like,
it's kind of like how, like... This is stupid, never mind. Don't you love that when podcasts do that? It's kind of like how...
His whole role is, like, he like, because they're in New York, like gritty, grit-ass, like, almost the Wire levels of grit New York.
Cool.
Where he's like, okay, he has to manage people, like the people who migrated there, the immigrants, because they're immigrants there, because they couldn't afford...
Build the wall. That's what I say.
Kind of, actually.
Oh, cool.
They couldn't afford to stay in Fableland, so they had to move out. But they also have to pay to get a certain, like, I forget what the hero's called, to conceal themselves, to look like humans for other people. Because if not, that causes problems, and they have to get sent back to, like, basically a prison. It's like a weird thing like that. But murder happens, and betrayals, and lies, in, like, a gritty tone.
Where do we get to the Wolf Among Us game?
That's what it is.
Oh, I thought we were talking about Fable.
Because that is what the world of Fable is, but that's what...
So Wolf Among Us is the wolf from Fable.
Because he's the main character in the comics as well, and it's just him doing through a story.
Cool.
But that game came out a couple years ago, and there's totally can be a sequel, and I'm waiting for it, because they leave on kind of a cliffhanger, but not really.
Should I play this game?
You should, because you don't even know anything about Fable.
I don't know anything about
any of this. I
knew
nothing about Fable, and I loved it. And I read the comics later.
How long are the comics? Are they ongoing?
They're done, I believe. They're done as of like a couple years, a year or two.
How long is it?
I don't know, because I'm not quite done with them.
Cool.
I think Vertigo published it. Vertigo Comics.
Oh, Vertigo makes good stuff.
They publish cool things. Yeah, that's why I'm like, oh, Vertigo published this. Neato.
Yeah.
Also, Sub Pop. They're like the Vertigo. Is Vertigo the Sub Pop of comics? Or is that Dark Horse?
No, I think...
Dark Horse is too mainstream.
I think...
they're the Dark Horse is the Interscope of the comic world.
Yeah, no, I think right now, what's the ones that made Saga?
Oh,
Image.
God. Image
is
comics.
Image
was like nothing, and then they got Saga. Saga, legitimately, I was talking with people about this. Saga keeps comic stores alive. No joke. The amount that Saga sells keeps certain comic stores alive.
Really?
Yes.
I don't know if that's factually true or not.
Saga is very big.
Wow, interesting.
Comics don't sell a ton, but Saga sells enough to help keep people open.
If you like Saga, by the way, people, read Descender.
Is that the same artist?
No, it's a completely different everything. It's watercolor art. It's awesome.
People should read Mouse.
Well, no, let me finish Descender. It's also a sci-fi thing, so...
Here we go.
But... What's cool...
Instead of a bike, it's a stationary...
Instead of a demon bicycle.
It's a stationary bike.
No, what's interesting about... Or what's not... Okay. What's nice about Descender is that it comes out at a reasonable pace, unlike Saga.
It's like once every...
Yeah, so there you go. Read Descender. I'm reading it slowly as well as Saga. I'm reading... I haven't touched Saga in a long time because you keep saying...
Saga's not over.
Yeah, so I'm just like...
It takes 2 to...
I'm in like issue like 11, and I'm just like, I gotta stop.
I read part of the first volume, and I was like, oh yeah, I should probably not, because there's like 8 volumes of this thing.
Yeah.
And I could be done with that like in a couple days.
Yeah, that's why I stopped.
Like, I want to finish Preacher.
Preacher looks good too.
I don't want to watch that show because of it, but because like I just want to read the comics. But Preacher's good.
So all right,
comics are bad when they take forever to come out. When they're not monthly. Oh man, when they're not monthly.
I feel like a bad person for jumping into the Amory Wars so late because there are people. No, because there.
Don't be like that.
Well, here's
why.
Don't
get tricked by like elitists. Don't do that.
Well. It's not an elitist thing because they're not elitists because they're just people who legitimately.
Or like I didn't wait, so I don't just like. Are you that kind of person too?
Well, it's like this. It's when I went to go get my Good Apollo comic signed by Claudio.
That's code for his penis.
Yes, there is a person right in front of me who had a Bag Online Adventure comic, so I knew. So that is the original version of the Amory Wars that was released in like '99. So I knew that this person has been waiting for this series forever. So it's like, oh, I feel bad for you because I've been into this for only like 6 months.
That's how I feel about Berserk because I know people who've been reading it since the 90s in America.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
you can't feel bad about that. You can't.
I do.
You can't let it get to you.
I'm an empathetic boy.
You can't because that ruins anything you want to get into that's like older than 5 years.
Well, it doesn't ruin it for me because I still love Amory Wars.
No, because
I still will tell everyone to read it. Or else
if you read too many series,
real quick, where are you in Amory Wars?
Whatever the second one that was not the art book on the list. I don't remember the title of it.
So the actual comic.
Yeah, but like whatever the second one was.
Second Stage for My Blade.
Sure, that one. Because I don't remember these goddamn titles.
Yeah, they're dumb.
Because it was the art book, then issue 1 that you told me, then the second one.
SSTB.
And I'm on the second one. I'm on the second one.
Oh, cool.
It's interesting.
It's very interesting.
I don't know if I like it yet because I'm only in it's only one issue.
I will
It's
say
not fair.
Second Stage is not as good as In Keeping Secrets. So like the first volume.
I do love the name In Keeping Secrets though.
Yeah, well, In Keeping well, that's not the whole thing. It's
No. I like how you abbreviate it to that because that's what it should be.
Yeah, it's In Keeping Secrets of Silent Earth 3.
That's the part I hate.
Yeah. It's like Good Apollo, I'm Burning Star
Yeah.
4, Volume 1, Through Fear Through the Eyes of Man.
You say that every time, and I get mad the more you do it.
Yeah.
Because you do it on. I know you do it on purpose.
I do, because it's
I
fun.
hate it.
So I will say, I don't know, Second Stage is good. I like it. In Keeping Secrets is way better. It's just better in the art's better, the story's better, because Second Stage is about, like, Coheed and Cambria, like the parents, and then...
Which are not as interesting.
They're interesting, but it's not as interesting.
No, okay. Where I'm at right now, they're not uninteresting. It's just that the world they set up is much more interesting.
Oh yeah, and In Keeping Secrets goes into like the world.
Because it's like
totally.
it's like contemporary America from like the late '90s,
but in the future
with like weird future bullshit.
Yeah, it's cool.
Like the
yeah,
guy,
there are cars with like they have like problems with gas.
Yeah, and I'm like, what the hell is this? It's like the year 5 bajillion or whatever year they're in.
Yeah.
And they have like issues with acne and shit. It's like, why?
I love it. It's so cool.
It's the ultra future.
It's kind of why I like It Follows, because it's like, what are we? But it's cool. The world's cool. I don't know what it is, but I like it.
Maybe because it's a horror movie.
Also, it's a horror movie.
No. Like everyone's like, I like movie. Like, no, it's just a good horror movie. We don't get those in the mainstream anymore.
I like everything about that movie.
It's a really good movie.
Yeah.
People should go watch it, unless you can't do horror, in which case you should not.
Even if you can do horror, or even if you can't do horror, watch it, because
some people don't like horror movies because they can't handle the tension.
Watch it anyways. I get that, but it's like
this is coming from Boy Has Anxiety too.
Yeah, I know. Out of all the movies,
makes your chest feel tight. Makes your PB feel tight. It's gonna kill you.
Real tight. Out of all the horror movies to watch, I think this one should be the one to watch. Because
the Bye Bye Man. That's the one you're talking about, right?
No, shut up.
The pee poo poo man.
No, Smile. Is that what it's called?
What about Annabelle 2?
I'm excited for Annabelle 2 because
Are
I
you
liked
for
Annabelle.
real?
I loved Annabelle.
What the fuck?
I love Annabelle.
This podcast is over.
All right.